today I'm going to be doing, I guess, more of an overview than a review of Microsoft Word for Mac 2011. This has been out for a little while now, probably over a month, and I just wanted to show you some of the new features, some things that have changed, and just things that I like, not necessarily new features also. And so yeah, and comment below if you want to see a video about any of the other applications in the new Microsoft Office Suite for Mac. So I'll make a video on them if you want. So I'm going to open up Word, and you'll notice that the launch time is much faster than it used to be. Bam! Launches right away. First thing you notice is that it opens with the Word document gallery instead of a blank document. You can always configure this, don't show this when opening Word, but I kept it up for this video, and I actually like for it to open with the gallery first. So you have a bunch of templates. I have all shown right now, but you can sort them by their different categories, and there's a lot. You can see a preview of each, and what's really nice is that from the gallery you can change the color scheme, and then it changes the preview. You can flip through the different pages of the brochure. You can even change the font selection. So already you can customize the template. And another thing that I really like about this gallery is there's a pane at the bottom for your recent documents. So you can view all your recent documents, or you can sort them by like today, yesterday, and so on. And for me, this is way easier than going through a bunch of folders to open a document. It's like right there when I open Word, and it's really useful. And you even get a preview. I actually, for once, like Microsoft Word's version better because you've got a lot more options, but it's still not cluttered. And even though I do like the templates that iWork provides better, the actual layout of the template gallery in Word is nicer in my opinion. So just wanted to go over that. We're going to ignore the template for now. I want to go over the interface. So right away, you will probably notice this new bar at the top here, which is called the ribbon. And the ribbon is used in Office for Windows. So for those of you who are using, I think it's 2010 for Windows, it's pretty much the same thing. So now the Microsoft Word on a Mac and Microsoft Word on a PC are a lot more similar, and I don't know, cross-platform, just moving in between the applications, it's a lot easier to figure out one after using the other. Aside from the ribbon, I think the whole interface has improved. They've changed the icons. Everything's really in one window now. And then there's just certain small aspects of the interface, which I'll point out throughout the video, that really make it a lot nicer to use. It's just a more pleasant experience overall. So I'll start, I suppose, with going over the ribbon layout. In Word 2008, I actually probably should have kept it on my computer just to compare, but in 2008, to get to most of these options, you had to open up something called the toolbox, which was a whole separate window palette thing, and so I would always put it next to my main document window, but I like how in Word 2011 it's all contained in one window. So going over the ribbon, you've got your Home tab, and this is where you can change your font settings, like the actual font, the size, the style of it, the color, you can highlight. You've got your paragraph settings, you can use bullets or numbered lists and so on. You've got your different styles that you can choose from. And then you have some quick insert options. And the next tab is your layout tab, and this is really mostly about the margins. This is all layout, obviously. Document Elements is a very useful tab for any type of schoolwork. I find myself in this tab a lot. So this is useful for reports. You've got your table of contents option over here, and this is one of these interface adjustments I like a lot. This little down arrow here, it's just a nice way to view other options. You can insert your header and your footer, page number, citations like footnotes and endnotes. These are all very useful for reports. There's also a bibliography option, and of course they had these same features in Word 2008, but they are in a separate window. I mean, it was small. It was like, it's a palette. It's tiny. Maybe I'll show a picture to the side of this video of what it was like. So they did have it. It was in a separate palette though, and it was a lot clunkier. Now it's just so simple and easy to get to, and I actually use these features more. Another one of my favorite features is the math option, because they've always had this in Word on the PC. Like, you could just insert an equation into the document. For the Mac, it was very annoying because you had to actually open up a new application called Equation Editor, and then it would transfer over to Word, your Word document. Now you just click on Equation, and there's this nice little interface right here. You can choose from built-in equations like area of a circle, Pythagorean theorem, quadratic, or you can insert a new equation, which is what I usually do. I have a lot of labs in chemistry where I have to do analysis and actually type out the math that I'm doing or type out chemical reactions, and it's really easy to do it in Word 2011. So obviously you have your different symbols here. You can scroll through all of them. Then you can obviously insert fractions, subscripts, superscripts, radicals, etc. You can write out a whole equation, and it's really easy. The next tab is the Tables tab, and this is pretty self-explanatory. It's easy to insert a new table. There's a Charts option, which is very easy to use. You just select the type of chart, and it actually integrates really well with Excel. The next tab is Smart Art, which is another one of the tabs I really like for when I'm studying, because these Smart Art graphics are really useful for like kind of organizing information visually. So you've got lists that you can choose from, processes, cycles, and they're all just kind of like, you choose one, let's say this one for example, and then you can edit them from this window here, the text pane. What I have noticed is it is a little slow, kind of laggy. If I type hello, okay, so it's not slow right now, but there are times when there's a delay between when you type it in the text pane and when it appears on the screen, but right now it seems to be behaving really well, so that's good. And then there's this Review tab, and the Review tab is very useful for when you're reading over an essay or a report, anything where you're proofreading something, because you can track the changes you make to your document. You can add notes. For example, let's say I'm typing something. Hello, my name is I Talk Apple, and I'm not sure about my word choice there. I can add a new note, and I can type a comment like, And once again, all these features were in Word 2008, but they're so much easier to get to in 2011. So that is an overview of the ribbon layout. Now I'm just going to review some of the features of Microsoft Word that I like, because there's really no negatives for me for this application, except for sometimes it is a little slower than I'd like it to be. It's not consistently snappy. And I'm going to insert a picture, so I'm just going to go to the photo browser, and this will pull photos from your iPhoto library. Okay, so I'm just going to reset. Okay. Now I just wanted to show you that when I'm moving these pictures around, it's not as smooth as I'd like it to be. It is a little choppy sometimes. It's not as smooth as when I use iWork, and so that's something that I think it can still improve on. But like I said, other than that, I love this new Microsoft Word. So I just inserted a bunch of, like 3 pictures actually, and I just wanted to show you one of my favorite features. And it's called Reorder, I guess. It's in this Arrange section, and what it lets you do is if I select Reorder Objects, it opens up this whole new view, I guess, and it's this really cool interface where I can drag these photos around, because then I can change kind of like, it's like a layer system, kind of like in Photoshop, so I can change which image is on top all the others. I can use the arrow keys to switch them around, or I can just drag them with my cursor. And then once I'm done, I hit OK. And this part is actually very smooth. It's not choppy at all. And it's just kind of fun to look at. The next feature I want to show you has been in Word for a while, and it is the notebook layout. But I find this very useful for students, so I figure a lot of my viewers are younger, and if you are taking your laptop to school to take notes, this is very useful. So as you can see, it looks like a notebook. You've got your different tabs. It automatically shows the date created, and you can pretty much take notes here really easily. So you can have your heading, you can press tab and have some kind of subtopic, you can press tab again to write some more info about it. You can change the background. Let's say you like this blueprint background or the birch background. And then my favorite feature by far is the audio notes. So what I'm going to do is, by the way, sorry for the background, those are my dogs. I'm going to start recording, and I'm recording right now. I'm going to type hello, and now I'm going to type some more, and more, and more. Okay, so I've stopped recording. You can see when I move my cursor, this little like volume icon thing. If I click that, and more, and more, and more, and more, wherever I click on this volume icon, like wherever I am, it plays the audio that was recorded at that point when I was typing. So that's useful if you don't really understand what your notes were saying at that point. You can listen to what your professor was saying at that point so you can understand it. And the final feature that I'd like to show you in Word 2011 is the full screen view. So there's a few ways you can get to it. You can click on its icon down at the bottom of the window, or you can go to View, Full Screen. And here it is. I love this view. It's really nice to be able to type without any distractions, especially for me since I'm always on the internet when I'm doing homework, and I really need to stop doing that because I would get work done a lot more efficiently if I wasn't on the internet while I was doing homework. And this way you can type, and it's just a black background. Now you can change the background. When you move your cursor, this toolbar appears. When you move it down, it's hidden. But obviously you have your font options, just basic options. But what I like is that you can change the background. It's just the little things that they've improved with this version that impress me, mostly with the interface. So I can change it to mahogany, and it gives it a whole new look and feel. And I can change it to the read view, and the read view is cool. When I change the pages, it's got this nice animation. So that's really all I have to say about Microsoft Word 2011 for Mac. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/italkapple. Subscribe for more videos so you get notified. And have a nice day. Or night. Or morning.